Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 59. Thank you very much, Carol Davies, of Your Next Level Mastermind. Today, we have an interesting topic called the importance of resilience. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what these wonderful people have to say. But before we get to that topic, there's a couple of things we want to do. First of all, we want to give each of them an opportunity to share with you what they're all about. And there will, underneath this video, whether you're watching on the replay or on my email list or on YouTube, you will find a link or links to their opportunities to speak with them. I strongly encourage you to do that. They are there for your benefit, okay? These people are very good at what they do, and you'll see that throughout this session. And they are making their time available to you, so please don't miss that opportunity, all right? So, without any further ado, let's start our 60-second promotion, and we'll start with Santa Claus. I'm going to get you right up front, Anthony Piselli, followed by Yvonne Jones.
Oh my, get to go first. Oh
you
my.
You go first, my man.
Well, have you ever wondered how Santa funds his North Pole operation? Have you ever thought about how does he afford all that stuff? Well, I've associated myself with major players in blockchain development. You know, they mine 60% of the Bitcoin production that's out there. So for being a part of this association, I get rewarded daily for being a part of it. Oh, I tell you, that's amazing. So, hey, and if you're curious to find out more, reach out to me and I'll gladly share this secret with you.
Thank you very much. That was short and sweet, Santa Claus.
It's short and sweet is sometimes the best way to do it.
Of course. Yvonne Jones, followed by John Allen.
Good morning, everyone. I am Yvonne A. Jones of 50andwisercoaching.com. I am a serial entrepreneur. And one of the things that I want to ask you is, have you ever, whether as a business owner or as an individual, have you ever felt you were treated unfairly, but you couldn't do anything about it? Or have you ever wished you could have an attorney look at a contract to make sure everything is okay before you sign on the dotted line? I can help you with that. Why I do this is because I know how challenging it is for people to afford the average attorney price in the United States or Canada, and there is a much more affordable solution. I serve individuals with this particular service in the United States and Canada. And this week, I'm looking for individuals who want to learn more about how they can protect their identity and how they can get more affordable access to the legal system. I am Yvonne A. Jones, and my mantra is focus on relationships and the money will follow.
Thank you very much, Yvonne. John Allen, followed by Marcus Newcomb.
Hi, everybody. I'm John D. Allen from Allen Small Business Coaching. What I do is I help small business owners and entrepreneurs, help them to attract their ideal clients, show them how to generate instant cash, and teach them who to turn to when they need professional help. I'm located in southwestern Ontario, close to the other London, the one without the big bridge and the clock. I deal with English-speaking countries all over the world. Why I do this is I've been given a lot of help throughout my life, and this is my way to give back. This week, I'm looking for small business owners, entrepreneurs that need help generating instant cash, finding their ideal clients, or learning who they could turn to for professional help. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, John. Well said, my man. Marcus Newcomb, followed by Joy Healy.
Hi, I'm Marcus Newcomb. I'm the owner of Marcus Newcomb International. I'm a leadership executive coach and change agent, and I work with people who ask, is this it, or is there more to life? I help my clients achieve 4 critical outcomes: position themselves strategically as a solid leader, become a collaborator who inspires others, build and nurture strong alliances, and in the end, leverage their resources. Why I do it? I've been in their place and I love seeing people succeed. I'm in Switzerland, working mostly in the US, and this week I'm looking for people who want more from life.
Thank you very much, Marcus. Well said. Joy Healy, followed by Jeff Veale.
Hello, I'm Joy Healy from joyhealy.com. I show people how to avoid the mistakes that tripped me up when I started online, especially in affiliate marketing. Why I do it is because I learned the hard way about the dirty tricks that many of the big affiliate marketers use. And I don't want other people to be taken in by those dirty tricks and the hype that they peddle. I'm located in Norwich in the UK, and I serve people 55 and over who have poor pension provisions and are looking to make an extra income. This week, I'm looking for people who struggle with the technical side of building a full-time or part-time online business, so would be interested in a business where 95% of the hard work is done for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joy. Jeff Veale, who is also, thank you very much, Jeff, our practical advice segment we'll do later. Jeff, followed by Sandy Murray.
Hello everybody, my name is Jeff Veale, excuse me, the business guru. What do I do? I have an agency here in Manila in the Philippines with a team of 28, and we help people basically with their marketing and how to get leads, how to improve your bottom line, and basically how to move forward. You think about it, you had jumping January, you had fabulous February, marvelous March, and now we're coming up to amazing April. So if you want to have an amazing April, reach out to us. Why do we do it? In one sentence, passion. We enjoy what we do. Clients become friends, and that makes it a lot of fun. Location, we serve mainly the USA, London and Australia, but we serve English-speaking countries all over the world. This week I'm looking for people who are interested in automation. We have some wonderful software where you can click a button and go to bed and you wake up with 100 potential new contacts in your inbox the next morning. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Sandy Murray, followed by Carol Davies.
Good morning, everybody. Sandy Murray's my name, and the name of my company is Training, Marketing, and Networking. And, what do I do? Well, in one sentence, I really just help small business owners grow their businesses. If they don't have an online business at this stage, I help them get started from scratch on putting up an online business. And the other thing I do is I've been creating new courses online. So presently I'm promoting those courses. Right now I have on 2 different platforms, but there's a free version on each of them, as well as on one of them there's some paid versions of courses that I have. Why do I do it? I just like helping other people, and I've got the time on my hands to do it. And what am I looking for? Anybody that's interested in starting an online course. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Carol Davies, followed by Bonnie Rose.
Hi, everyone. I'm Carol Davies. My company is called Passion Motivator Coaching, and I'm located in London, Canada, not very far from John Allen, and actually not too far from Sandy Murray as well. So what I like to do is work with stressed out women entrepreneurs who have been overwhelmed in their business and in life. They've let life sort of take them over. Business hasn't become very enjoyable lately, and they're looking for a way to change things to, get a bit more harmony in life. So I work with these people to get a personalized roadmap and find out what really gets them excited in life, what they really want to do. And we make a plan to go forward that's personalized for them. And I do this because I have been in the past where they were starting out a business, and I don't want anyone to go through that again. Life is meant to be enjoyed, and it's so precious. So what I'm looking for today is women entrepreneurs who are tired of feeling terrible and bad, and let's give me a call, and it'd be great to help you out.
Thank you very much, Carol. Bonnie Rose, lovely to see you again. Followed
Good morning,
by
Peter.
Pat, hello there. You, followed by Pat Dreyer.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No problem.
Good morning, everyone. So I am an anxiety coach. My name is Bonnie Hewitt, and I actually recently partnered with Hall of Fame running back Marshall Falk at Virtuti Financial Partners, which is a full-service financial firm. And we teach people how money really works and how to make it work for them. And the reason I do this is twofold. One, money is one of the biggest sources of anxiety for every person on the planet. And two, because had I had the information that I have now and that I'm teaching other people now, it would have saved me a world of heartache over the past decade plus with my own finances. We primarily serve the U.S., but we also have people in Canada. And this week I'm looking for families that could use our free educational platform, Help. And I'm also expanding my team. So if you know anyone who is looking for either a hybrid model work situation or a work from home situation, I would love to get in contact with them. Because we offer like full training and everything to get people started. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Bonnie. And please make sure, and everybody, put your links in the chat there for whatever you want to do for people to contact you, okay? Pat Dreyer, we're finishing with two Pats, eh? Pat Dreyer, followed by Pat Kern. Over to you, Pat Dreyer.
Holy, yeah.
Big
Hey,
finish.
Bonnie, that's some good information, Bonnie. I'm telling you that I think financial education should be something that's taught through high school, starting as a freshman all the way through. Every year they should have some form of financial education in there. So you're in a good spot. I appreciate you. Hey, everybody, I am Pat Dreyer, and I'm in network marketing with My Daily Choice. Now, I show people how to attain freedom through residual income. And we offer a turnkey business that you can start for free and actually start earning a check as early as next Thursday. Now, why do I do it? There's a lot of people out there that are struggling. They're looking for change in their life, and they want more time with their family and friends and more money to do what they want to do. And I'm here to show them how to do it. Now, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, but we have both physical and digital products, and we serve most areas of the world. So if you can do me a huge personal favor, what I need this week, everybody knows someone who needs change or more money in their life. And if you know anybody who wants to learn how to make an extra, $600 on up to a six-figure income, just send them my way and we'll teach them everything they need to know. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very, very much, Pat. And by the way, the comment you made to Bonnie was very true. There's no doubt about that. There's a huge lack of education when it comes to money.
Very, very true.
Pat Kern, over to you, my man.
Good morning, everybody in social media land. What's up? My name is Pat Kern. I live in Beckenham, Washington. I am associated with an outstanding company located in Henderson, Nevada. But My Daily Choice, the House of Brands. I do it because I love helping people get wealthy, healthy, and wise, and bring a little income into their lives. I serve all of you, everybody around the world, especially in the United States, Canada, and Europe. And what I'm looking for is somebody who wants to change their lives. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Pat. We stop sharing the screen. Before we go to the top, before we go to Jeff, actually, next thing, let me just put in some apologies. Penny Kennedy, who's always is with us. She can't make it this time. And Sherry Bennett, she's got a huge meeting apparently. Sandy, you probably know about this more than I do. Huge meeting with some union representatives that could be good for a business. So good luck to her, right? All righty. Now, Jeff Veale, over to you, my man.
Thanks, Peter. Sharing the screen. So far, so good.
Yeah, I think it's working.
Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
You haven't seen anything yet.
My computer would have a heart attack if it did that.
Guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I've built a business group over about a 10 or 11 month period. We're enrolling people at approximately anything from 60 to 80 per week. All right. So if you haven't got a business group, I suggest you get one because it's a great way to network with people and joint ventures, and I've done very, very well from it, and a lot of the people in here have done very well. And it's a group where we encourage you. A lot of these groups are for themselves. They don't encourage you to. They don't want you to do anything. But here we encourage you to post every week and talk about yourself, talk about what you can do to help us, etc., etc. All right. I'll show you over here, guys. There's a thing here where I can go down and invite people. So at the moment we're getting approximately 80 odd new people every week. So bear with me. And this is what happens. You go in here. I don't do it. A VA does this every morning. So you go in here and you click, 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 and you might add like 20 or so. Now let's say 5 here. Of those 5, I'm going to click that button and I'll go down over here somewhere. You can't invite friends right now. I've been doing it too much. Okay, I'll accept that. Sometimes they freeze me out for a week because we're too aggressive. All right. What I want to show you guys is, let me take you up to here, and I'll show you how we get new clients. Basically, we go to here, and I'm now going to go to down to here, guys. Bear with me. I'm looking for a post. Here's a post here. I've got a bad cough, guys. Sorry. Checklist. 15 marketing directories that will generate leads for you. Who wants the list? Now, that got, so far, it's been up for probably 24 hours, has 24 comments, and an additional 12 people. I never sort of get this. I think some people are just lazy. They just go like, which I have to assume they want it just says asked, but they haven't asked. But we give them the report anyway. Does that make sense? So I think people are just lazy. Whereas the other people go down here and they will, if I can show you, bear with me, they'll actually make a comment. Like, give it to me, or yes please, or whatever, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now what I do, once I've sent the report, and I'll show you what I send them. Once I've sent the report, I mark it. So I did a couple in advance just so I'll be able to show you guys. Here it is here. I've marked this one, I've marked this one, I've marked this one, and we go up here. I'll remember to do this later, but James, I'll go in here now, and we'll do it here. I'll go into Edward, and here's the message. I'll move myself out of the way again. The message is here. Basically, we're telling them what we've already told them, and we're telling them that the details are in the group. So go, if you want the details for free, go in and join the group. So that's our first point of engagement with these people, and then we go on from there. And my team, we engage these people over the next month. We'll engage them approximately 4 to 5 times and try and turn that into a meeting if we can. All right. And we also weed out, as we go through, we'd weed out anyone we think is not suitable. You know, certain countries, and being in the Philippines, I get a lot of girls, oh, you're a handsome man or whatever. We get rid of all that type of stuff. Now we go up to here, and I'll show you guys. It goes over to stories. Now, if I'm doing this a bit quick for any of you guys, please reach out. I'm happy to show it to you because it's very, very important. Go to here. When you go here, guys, you can click these 3 dots. I'm looking for the 3 dots myself. I think they're here. There they are. Story archive. And these have been my stories recently, guys, say 29th, 28th, etc. So I try and mix it up a bit. I put a little bit of social. So there's one of me with a new way to cook poached eggs, which took me 73 years to work out. But that's another story. It's quite a good article, actually. Then you got LinkedIn. This is the live of mine, how to hire a team. This is a joke. And what I intend to do with this, guys, to make it light, I intend to go back to these people and tell them another joke. So I'm going to keep that one basically as a joke sequence. Mm-hmm. This is one, how I can do leads. And on it goes, guys. But you can see this got 12, another live. Now these are the ones, when I've actually gone on like mini lives, which go for 20 seconds, and this was all about how to join groups and how to do certain things. They got fantastic interaction, as you can see. 44. Now it's a series of 5 different chips, but it goes 44, then they've dropped off to 26, then 22, so we're dropping away, 21, and finally 21. But half, we started off at 44, remember? But half the people are interested and went all the way to hear what I had to say, all right? Mm-hmm. And then so it goes. There's me cooking again, and I've asked people basically, what am I cooking? And try and get them to stay with me. And they've gone from 49, 32, and so it goes, yeah? Until the final product was 24. So basically half the people will stay with you. So it's just a way, guys, of how I reach out to people via stories. And as I've shown you, I hope I've shown you well, go back to my group. I get them 2 different ways. I get them, i.e. via the group, right? And then what we do, this is the part I meant to show you guys, sorry, I'm losing the plot. I'll show you how I do guides. This is where I put the guide. That guide you've asked for, I'm going to create it. So I go here, create guide. I move this out of the way again. Goodness, I've got so much stuff open. I go to Word, I go down to document number 19, and here it is, guys. My VA set it up already. I grab this post, and it's pretty simple stuff, but you don't do it, a VA does it. 1 hour a day, and it gets you a heap of leads by doing it 1 hour a day. And down, you'll notice underneath there, I'll copy that, underneath here, that's the answer. All right, so there's the question, and here's the answer later. So we come back to this later when we want the answer. So we set these up. Now, bear with me, I'm going to go out of here again. What's this? I put the whole lot in here, because I'm not that smart. I put it all in here temporarily. Then I go back and grab it, and I make that my heading. So I cut that and go into there, paste. I leave the rest of it in there, and I grab the story, which is here. I'm going to be needing this, so I grab the story, I save this, and like I say, guys, if you want me to go online with you and show you how to do this, I'm happy to do so. You create a post, because I know some people go click, 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 and you can't follow it. It's too, right? You've never done it before, and they've done it for 10 years. We go here, we go into here, we go paste, and I'm just going to put now, and I'll fix it up later, guys, just so I don't hold you up. I'll just put test for now, all right? And that will be the guide, and now it's been posted. And I'll show you something else. It's basically, I believe it's complete. Go down to here and put done. Now, interesting enough, here's all the guides over here, guys. It'll drop it right down to the bottom, all right? There it is there, all right? What I can do though, I don't want it on the bottom, I want it on the top, because what I'm going to eventually do, I'm going to start to number them and tell people, hey, the guide you want is guide number 24, all right? So you take this guide here, you go up to here, see where it says reorder? So you take it up, it's not going to play ball, is it? Normally it will. I've probably got to do reorder first. Sorry, that was my fault. Trying to rush, go here, and there it just goes up by itself, see that? And then you drop it in here, somewhere, you drop it in here, and now it becomes number 1. All right, and I could have told people, like it was story number 24, for example. And we're just playing with this, so guys, we're still learning it as well. But if anyone want to go through this with me, reach out. It's a great way to engage with people. Where do I get the information from? You can ask a question. You'd ask a question like, what's the best way to get, I'll give you an example. I'll do one right now. what's the best, bear with me, way to get on one finger typist clients on LinkedIn? Okay, now and there it is. Now see web results. I go up here. I see web results. I have a look. You saw my title, and there it is. Now I can do two things here, guys. I can grab all. I've done this. I can grab all of this, right? Put it on a Word doc, put my logo on it, and take the full credit for it. Yeah. Or I can do the lazy way, which is just grab this here. I'll show you this one. Grab this one here, which is this one here. Grab it here, and there's the link. See what I did earlier, guys? So you just grab that link, put it on a Word doc, and away you go. I hope I'm a good explainer, guys. Was it reasonably clear?
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone wants to go through it with me, please feel free to reach out any time. All right, and there's the ones I've got heaps of them. All right, but I make them topical, things that people need to know. I mean, who doesn't want to attract more clients, right? And LinkedIn's a mystery. So there's 9 different questions you can ask about LinkedIn. So you can make LinkedIn the flavor of the week. Then you can talk about email marketing. You can talk about how to use Facebook groups. So it's only to your imagination, right? So that's how I do it, guys. So back over to you, Peter.
Okay, can you stop sharing? Thank you very much, Jeff.
I will indeed. I'll stop the share. There you go.
Can I ask you a question?
No, not allowed. Go ahead.
The use of stories in Facebook, right?
Yes.
Are you seeing a trend that's still continuing in terms of the level of engagement?
Certain posts, yes. It depends. You've got to experiment. The cooking post goes well. The one where I do lives, mini lives, and talk information like you do your little clips, they go very, very well. Some go poorly, and the other thing, Facebook's done a funny thing lately. I don't know why they're doing it, but they are. You've got to go on there a couple of times a day, because what they'll do, excuse me, you'll get 20 likes, but by the time you go in there, they'll cover 7 of them up for some reason, and only let you see 13 of them. Right? But what we do, we beat that by going in. I've got a VA. We go in every couple of hours, so if we get 20, we probably catch 18 of them.
Okay.
That makes sense. And then with what you've taught me, Peter, we engage with them like over another 4 or 5 week period. We'll engage with them, all nice stuff, in the hope that they'll reach out to us eventually.
Okay. My other question was, when you went to Google and you copy and pasted the Google summary of the keyword research that you did, right?
Yeah.
Be careful, because that could be plagiarizing out somebody else's information. That comes from a website.
I agree with that, but you'll find that it's public information, because what you're finding, if you go back and have a quick look, I'll show you next time, you have a quick look, there's 15 people with the same story. They all grab it. It's like a news story.
Okay.
That makes sense? I hear what you're saying, but it's like a news story.
Does that make it right because 15 other people use it?
No, but we're talking about 15 like newspapers. We're talking about high authority sites. We're not talking about individuals like me. We're talking, and you can chop and change it. Forget the new modern word, guys, used to be called stealing. Now it's called modeling. All right. So if you want to feel good when you go to sleep, model people.
Okay. Any other questions for Jeff? And by the way, thank you, Jeff. Any other questions?
That's welcome.
Yvonne.
Jeff, I have a couple of groups. I don't remember seeing guides in any of my groups. How did you add that? Or is this maybe something new for groups that were recently formed?
We can go through it. No, it's been there. It's been there all the time. It's one of the, I think it's something like, we can't go back, but.
It's okay. I can get with you again on that.
Yeah.
I've got to go back and look at mine, because my groups have been formed for years. So I'm just wondering if it's something, I know that.
It's probably number 5. I think it's something like about, and then discussion, then something, then guides from my memory.
Okay, I'll take a look again. Okay.
If you have any trouble, please reach out. I'm happy to help. I'll take you through what I do because it works very, very well. And I understand what Peter was saying about plagiarism. It's not an issue. You'll see that 50 people are grabbing the same article, but they're high authority people. We're talking LinkedIn grabs the article, etc. Wikipedia grabbed the article, right? You might have written the article, but they're all grabbing it.
Okay. And then,
and if you want to, you can go one step further. You can actually give the writer credit if you so wish to.
I would do that. I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I would normally do that. If I've done that, at the bottom of it, I would put hat tip Jeff Veale. Okay, thank you very much for that.
It doesn't hurt. That's correct.
Because at the end of the day, the people that you're sending the information to, it's on your letterhead, but you're still acknowledging the source of it, and you're still getting the credit anyway, but you're not plagiarizing directly. That's all I'm saying. Food for thought.
And just a quick point to that is like I used to accept guest blog posts on one of my popular blogs that ranked very highly. And I no longer do that unless it's someone that I know personally, because someone must have plagiarized something because I got a notification from Google that they took something down from my website. I still don't know which post, but I know it wasn't one of mine. So we just have to be careful.
Yeah, what I do though, I vet who we let in. At the moment, I've got about 15 people wanting to come in, and 2 or 3 of them I won't let in. I mean, I might get someone from Pakistan who wants to sell clothes online. He's on my site, right? So I'm not going to let him in to sell you guys clothes.
Well, that's an interesting point, Jeff, because it's a public group, but you can still control who enters. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, makes sense.
And you can have as I do. They're lazy though. I've got 4 or 5 admins, but you generally find the admins will do nothing, like most people in life. So you've got to end up doing most of it yourself.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeffrey, indeed. By the way, I've got one more apology, and that's from Janet Piselli, who is busy working the phones, looking after her customers, and my apologies for not saying anything about her earlier. All right. Our topic for the day, the importance of resilience. And let me just start, if you don't mind, with this, because I have had a very hectic 24 hours. Our school bus has been stolen, right? Our village school bus has been stolen, along with 3 other pickups, okay? And I'm saying this publicly, and that means I could end up in jail if people see this. But it's pretty well known that the group of thieves involved in this occasion were involved with the police from a different precinct about 20 miles away, right? So we cannot get a police report in order to get the insurance for the stolen vehicles.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Wow.
So that is testing my resilience quite a lot right now, if you can see what I'm getting at, okay? But we've never had any theft of any sort in our village ever. And I mean, and these people don't come from our village anyway. I don't know where they come from, but yeah, it's unsettling, okay? Anyway, that's my little story about resilience, and I can share a bit more later on. Anyway, who would like to go first in sharing the importance of resilience? Because I think this is a very, very important topic. Pat Dreyer.
Yeah, I'll go. You know what? I looked up a proper definition of business resilience, and it says being able to adapt to gradual but significant change, as well as sudden disruptions. Now, the first part of that made me think of a book I read years ago called Who Moved My Cheese? And if you haven't read that one, it's a good one. I'd look it up. But the other part of it, the sudden disruption, just screamed of COVID to me. And boy, these last 2 years with COVID, they didn't teach anybody about resilience, then nothing's going to teach them about resilience, right? They lost their jobs, the businesses closed down. Then we had inflation, skyrocketing gas prices, food prices, shortages. I mean, you name it, it was there. It was like all of a sudden a plague hit down on earth, at least in 7 countries. and that raise that everybody got is not even enough for everybody to stay even. And so, you know, if you don't adapt, you're gonna die. And in the same thing, if you don't grow, you're gonna die. And so resilient people are taking second jobs and starting home business. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there, the victims, that are still waiting for somebody to come bail them out of this thing. So resilience is big in business and in life. And I tell you what, you can see people that are and aren't resilient. It's pretty obvious just by seeing how they do things. Anyway, resilience is important. And thank you, Peter. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. I'm going to try something. I've never done this before. Oh, we've got a hand up. That's what I was about to do. Bonnie, over to you. If you want to talk about this and you want to click the bottom there, see where it says reactions, and it's got raise hand, and I'll give it to the order that you do that. All right, Bonnie, over to you.
Hey, this is actually one of my most favorite topics ever. I'm actually going to be jumping off of here in about 5 minutes to go run a clubhouse room in my clubhouse club called Unbreakable Stories. And I started the Unbreakable campaign about 2.5-3 years ago. And it's completely built on stories of resilience. And so what we're doing is we're having people share their stories of what they went through, small part of what they went through, and then how they got over it, and then how they're helping people now kind of overcome some of the same things. And so this topic is near and dear to my heart. I had some, excuse me, my little one just woke up. I went through some things several years ago that wrecked my life, and I had to learn how to rebuild and redirect my own life. And I was raising a family at the same time. And so, speak of the devil.
Oh, what a cutie.
Say hi.
Hi.
He can't hear you.
Hi.
I have earbuds in. So anyways, after everything I've been through, I realized that a lot of children nowadays aren't learning these skills, unfortunately, for various reasons. And so I'm actually doing what I'm doing with Virtuity and with my other businesses because I want to raise enough money at some point to fund programs to teach children emotional intelligence and resiliency in elementary school, because I really feel like it's one of, along with financial services, it's one of those essential life skills, especially with how fast things are changing in the world nowadays. And so I love that Pat gave a succinct definition of that. And if anybody's interested in hearing more about what we're doing, our website's unbreakablestories.com, and you can check that out and join if that's something you feel called to do. So thanks so much for allowing me to share.
Bonnie, please make sure you put in the link, Unbreakable Stories, okay? Thank you very much indeed. All right.
In the chat room, yeah.
In the chat,
And
yeah.
Bonnie, you can tell your son there that I have an affinity towards those pajamas that he was wearing. Yeah, with the reindeer and the Santa hat.
I actually made that for him, so thank you. And he just saw Santa and he's pretending to faint, so that was really good timing.
You meet with Santa? Mommy, you're special.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How about that, Mom? You got direct access to Santa Claus. Yvonne, over to you.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Peter. So resilience, like Bonnie, is one of my favorite topics. When I saw the topic, I mentioned that to Peter. It's something that I do presentations on because whether as individuals or as business owners, it's all personal, regardless of it's our business or it's all personal because it's about us. And resilience really is, to me, it's your bounce back ability plus grit. And Pat talked about it, that from time to time, we're going to face challenges in life. They will knock us down. And our ability to pick ourselves up, brush our knees off, and sometimes we have to brush up our elbows too, and go on, that will determine if we succumb to those challenges or we rise and move forward. And that's where resilience comes in. And just as in the case of a literal fall, when you fall, you may have to get up and move gingerly and slowly for a while. So when we're faced with challenges, rather than, and even if we fall, rather than beating ourselves up for falling in the first place, what we want to do is treat ourselves with tenderness, compassion, and determination. And I just want to share with you just a few tips that have to do with a daily routine that can help you to maintain your resilience and bounce back when you're faced with challenges. Because routines help you to maintain momentum and stay the course despite disruptions. And you want to do routines that are simple, fun, and nurturing. So here are just a couple of them. For some people, it's reading and meditating on a portion of the scriptures first thing in the morning. That's something that I myself like to do, or to read a daily text or daily word. For some, it's a few simple stretches in the morning. For others, it's journaling over a cup of coffee, or it may be taking a walk and just embracing what's out there in the environment, in nature, and your thoughts. But the key to remember is that whatever your routine entails, you want to make sure it's something that you can do on a consistent basis, on a regular basis before the day gets underway. So it kind of sets the tone for you for what challenges you're going to face and how you can deal with them on a daily basis and keep your resilience strong. So thank you, Peter, for allowing me to share.
Thank you very much, and very well said, Yvonne. Can you put your hand down, because I don't know how to do it?
Oh, sure.
Okay. John Allen, looking forward to hearing what you have to say, my man.
Resilience, I've had a few challenges over my life, ended up going bankrupt when I was out in Alberta. So that was an interesting challenge to overcome. Got caught in the oil boom when it ended in the early 80s. And then one of the challenges I had going through business was things weren't going the best. Ended up, damn near broke, had to scrounge from family and what have you, just to eat. So, we all go through challenges, and it's how we come back from them that matters. It's the old story of you can get knocked down, but it's how many times you're willing to get back up. That's what makes the difference. That's how I look at resilience. You got to be willing to get back up, carry on. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, John. That reminds me of a well-known quote, and the name of the person who I don't know who it is, but I remember the quote, and the quote was something like this: life doesn't get any easier or more forgiving. We just get stronger and more resilient. Now, and I don't know whose that quote is. It's certainly not mine, but I remember the quote. So thank you, John, very much indeed. Joy Healy.
Right. Well, as John and Yvonne have said, it's resilience to me is the ability to bounce back from failures and try again. And Henry Ford said, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. So I've had my share of failures in business, but I always try and take something from them and learn to miss that next time. So a classic example is, imagine if a baby tried to walk, fell down, and then thought, well, that's that, this walking lark doesn't work, ignoring the evidence of all the walking people round him. That the baby will bounce back and have another go. And what's really sad is when life knocks that out of them entrepreneurs. That's my thought about resilience.
That is so true, Joy. It is, because when we get older, we get stupider when you think about it, right? Yeah, I agree with that. And it's also the problem. I don't know whether how you face this, but we all at some time or another run into toxic people, right? They just drag the energy out of you, right? They're like energy vampires, so to speak, right? And I'd love to hear your thoughts about how you handle that sort of people, those sort of people as well, because that really does test your resilience, both as an entrepreneur and as a person. So anyway, I look forward to hearing what you have to say about that. Thank you very much, Joy. Santa Claus, you just won a fan tonight anyway, so over to you.
It's always nice to have new fans. One of the things, when you said about when you mentioned that we were going to talk today about resilience, Yvonne mentioned grit, and others mentioned determination, and that's what it's all about. And that, I think about the things that have happened in this country. Okay, right after the Great Depression, there was a huge pickup. Everybody was really down, but then we had this huge rebound. And that is just one of the sources of resilience that we find around us. And then even Nat King Cole made a song, where he says, pick yourself up, take a deep breath, dust yourself off, and start all over again, because nothing's impossible. I have found, for when my chin is on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself off, and start all over again. And that's where, a lot of people, even through music, can find the strength to do that. And also another, brings to mind of, there's an old quote out there: if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. And it's in that strength that we find, and that we can pull ourselves together and pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, that we move forward. And it's the determination. And I think that's what it boils down to: determination. And if you've got a goal and you want it, and how bad do you want it? That's what we have to look at. How bad do you want that goal? It's all about determination.
Anthony, what was that?
And perseverance.
What was that quote again? If it doesn't kill you, what?
If it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger.
Wow. That's to the point. Interesting comment, because my son, who actually was an Olympian, okay, my son had a thing on his wall, and it said, determination will win in the end.
Exactly. And determination will fuel your resilience, and that's the greatest thing that you can have.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Anthony. Patrick Kern, your hand is raised.
There you go.
There you go.
We all of us here has been through tough, hard times. I know I have, working on boats all my life, and getting up, like what somebody said, when I get up, if I start getting down and my energy starts getting low, and somebody mentioned about negative people, get rid of the negative people. You don't need them in your life, because you don't want your energy to fall. You want your energy to be up here. You don't want to be a negative person. And I think it's all sets in the mind too. You got to have that mindset to bring you back up on top. It's just, it's the mindset. And when I start feeling that low, I come here to the gym. It's a happy place. I get my workout in. But before I get here, I got this little saying on my mirror I say every morning. I just say it. And I said it out loud. Maybe my neighbors upstairs might get upset with me when I say it too loud. That's all right. And I just stay around positive people anymore in my life. If somebody start talking negative of what I do on the internet marketing, I just push them away. I say, I don't need you. I don't want you. I'm sorry if you can't feel the way I feel in life. My boss here, where I work, he was very negative on me. He hasn't talked to me now for 3 days since I've been back from my convention. But he was pissed off at me because I didn't get permission from my daddy to go down there. But that didn't stop me. I just keep smiling and keep moving on in life. As long as you got that power of energy in your side, your soul, life is a beautiful thing, my friends. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you very much indeed. And for a man who's been through, I would say, 1,000 different stories and challenges, And to be able to be in a situation where you just love to create happiness for people, that speaks volumes for you, Patrick. So thank you. Thank you very much. You've learned some incredible lessons, mate. Now, put your hand down because I don't know how to do it.
I do.
I know.
Say lower hand.
Sandy Murray, you are front and center, my man.
Yeah, I love this topic. I actually took it from a different perspective. I thought back when I was a child, and I spent some time in an orphanage, and I was with a lot of young kids in a dormitory at night. But what I really saw was how resilient those children were. Right? They were having some very, very tough times just existing in the environment that they were in. But they also had, on Sundays, they would come and take children out to different places with possibly the opportunity of being adopted or as a foster child. And when they came back, some of them had a lot of rejection where the people didn't want them. So it kind of reinforced the thought process that I'm in a home and nobody wants me. So I just think about those kind of stories. I consider myself, I've had to struggle throughout my life, and I've had to come up with those solutions or rebuild my life in many, many cases at a very young age, living with different foster parents. So yeah, very, very hot topic. Just your ability to recover, get back on your feet, and keep on smiling. So that's about it for me, Peter. Thanks very much.
Thank you. And for those who don't know Sandy's story, I strongly suggest you talk to him, because his story is absolutely amazing. Truly, I've never met anyone like you, Sandy. Yeah, wounded hearts.
It's printed as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible story. And when you talk about resilience, there it is, right there in that book, right? Unbelievable. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for being here, my man. Jeff, over to you.
Thanks, Peter. I'll try and take my hand down. How do I do it? Let me have a look. I'm going to take my hand down, I think. Lower my hand. There you go. Guys, resilience, I looked it up to get a bit of an idea what it's about. And basically it said, adapt to disruptions and be able to carry on. And, I know all about that because I just lost a $5 million business back in Australia. I lost my catering business, which I had for 20 years. I lost 4 houses where I had to pay all the wages. And I could have not paid them, but I chose to pay them. So I lost all my houses. Basically, I lost everything I'd worked for far more than 20 years. I lost all my offices in Asia, and every country had a condo in it with all my clothes, and I had virtually 5 sets of everything throughout Asia. I lost all those because I couldn't travel. So, I know all about that. This week particularly, or last week actually, I lost my Gmail account, and when I had about 280,000 emails, and everyone told me, the experts, people I reached out to, video tutorials said it couldn't be recovered. Anyway, I persevered for 4 or 5 days, and by miracle, I got it back. So that was a good thing. The problem was I did not have the original email when I set it up. And who thinks about these things? So just a lesson for you guys. And I never had the original phone number, because having set it up 5, 10, 15 years ago, I've changed phones, I've changed SIM cards, whatever. So I never had the same email or the same SIM card. And that was the way they wanted to recognize me. But I got around that. This week, or yesterday, I got a bit of a shock. I have 120 websites. My ex, and she wouldn't know, she's my accountant, she's closed down our company because the catering business is finished. So she chose to wind up the company. And by winding up the company, you no longer have what they call in Australia an ABN number. So that wiped out my unbeknown to me, it wiped out my 120 websites, because you can't have a website without an ABN number. Then there's these vultures out there who know all this, and they prey on you having a problem, and they'll snap up your site virtually overnight. So I've lost my 120 websites, which I've had for mostly for 20 years again, and my niche market, and basically I've got to spend a fortune if I want to and buy them back off these people, right? Or mount some court, I'm still working on it, mount some sort of court case. I mean, I can prove that I've done it for 20 years, and I can prove that you're a vulture, but is it going to do me any good? Anyway, moving on with the topic, people are the foundation of business resilience. You've got to trust and empower your people to do their jobs, communicate well with them, give them the right tools they need, and they'll find the solutions to help you thrive. And my wrap up, guys, I've had 5 businesses over many, many years, and during life I was always at this thing, I used to call it the cliff. There were times I went very close to the edge of the cliff, and I'd think to myself, wow, I'm so close to the edge of the cliff. And I'd try real hard to pull back. And I always thought, one day I'll go over that cliff. And that time hasn't come yet, touch wood. And so at the moment, I'm nowhere near the cliff. So life's good. Thanks, guys.
Think positive, Jeff. When you go over the cliff, you learn to fly.
Absolutely. I built a parachute on the way down.
That's right. You got to be prepared.
Yeah. By the way, thank you very much, Yvonne. In the clip
Chat.
underneath this video, in the notes, there is the interview with Sandy Murray. I appreciate you sharing that. So thank you very much, because it's a great story. All right.
Peter, I had one last word. About resilience. Hope. Hope is the foundation of all determination. It's that hope that you want to succeed, that hope you want to be that you will be adopted, the hope that your success, the idea that you have in your head will come to fruition. And it's through that you create your determination, and through that determination, your resilience. All founded on hope.
Well said, Anthony. But that's also the reason why you need to remove toxic people from your environment. Because they cannot understand that, and they will drag you down. And I'm repeating myself, because as entrepreneurs, we have to be extremely careful. The more successful you are, the more toxic people you're going to attract, whether you like it or not, okay? Because that's the sad part of this world we live in. People love to knock people down, okay? So
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it's their own insecurities that do that. Yes.
It is. And all I'm saying is, it's a great feeling, to be quite frank, to unfriend or disconnect with a toxic person on social media. I love doing that.
I call them the basement people, Peter. We have our balcony people. We're in this group where the balcony people, we pull each other up, but then there are some people who are, and sometimes they're related to you, or they're your basement people, because they only drag you down.
Yeah, that's right. They could even be sleeping with you. We all know what we're talking about there. Okay. Yogesh, are you there? Would you like to contribute?
Yes, Peter, sure. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I was on a call earlier, so I couldn't speak. I think this is a very important topic to me, because every business I touched collapsed. And I'll just give you the most recent story. I was part of a platform called Coach Talk Cafe. It went on for 1 year. I stayed up 2-3 in the morning, because I'm in Asia and this platform is more of people in North America. And I really thought this would take off, this platform, but unfortunately the founder had some personal issues and she had to shut it down in September. And after 24 years of seeing all these businesses collapse, this was the hardest one for me, because it was a Friday talk where we had experts come and speak, and I was the main host. I would host it every Friday. I would look forward to it. And then 1 year later, on the first Friday we didn't have one, I was lost. I was like, oh my God, I live for this. I enjoy this. And it's not like I was getting paid for it, but it was something I just enjoyed. And I was like, what am I going to do next? So the last couple of months I was thinking, I didn't know how to get back. And then I made a decision that I would start my own Friday Talks. And this Friday I'm launching, and it's called BU Community. It's a platform for people where they want to come and learn and personal development. I posted on my Facebook the details and everything. So everyone here is invited. If you want, I can post the Google form later. And I decided this is it, I love hosting these talks, and the universe is working. Speakers are showing up. They're messaging me. Like, we love to be there on your Friday Talks. We love to be part of this platform. I don't have a website. I have nothing set in place. But I did a live the other day saying that a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. So I just launched it, and my first speaker is an amazing lady. She's an NLP practitioner. And I'm just going for it. Marcus, I think you did see the post. I tagged you on it. So you saw it. And yeah, that's my story of resilience.
Yogesh, thank you. And please make sure you put the link. Would you mind to that? Because I think we'd all be love to do that.
Yeah, just give me a second. Let me just go on my Facebook.
Take your time, but I'd love to make sure it's there. And I appreciate your contribution. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. Marcus, before we get to you, I've left you till last. I hope you didn't mind me doing that. Okay. But before I even do that, I just want to share one quick thing. This has worked for me in terms of resilience, and it's called SAS. Okay. The S is to have a story that you truly believe in. That's your purpose and reason for being. Okay. And stick by it. That's your belief system. The A is to have an awareness of the emotions that trigger in you a response that you know is stupid because you're reacting to toxic people. Be aware of what those trigger points are. And the last S is know strengths. Know what your real strengths are. Believe in those strengths. And if you think of SAS in that regard, then it'll enable you to handle any toxic person you ever come across. Food for thought, okay? Patrick, your hand's up. I've got to go to Marcus, but you got a quick comment? Yes?
I do. When I look at it, if something goes wrong, I just look at it, I'm starting a brand new adventure in life. That's the way I kind of look at it. Start a brand new adventure. Come on. That's it.
A brand new adventure.
Yeah, adventure.
Good.
It's a new adventure in life. If your businesses go down, they go under, you lose all your money, screw it. Start a brand new adventure and move on.
Thank you, Patrick. I love your positive attitude. Thank you.
We used to say every meal's a banquet and every day's a holiday.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Marcus, I apologize for keeping you waiting. Your call, my man.
On the machine. The girl said it's been there for a long time.
It's mine.
Resilience.
You were fixing that machine. It's broken.
When I've been thinking about resilience, and I saw the topic, first I did some research.
I was looking for it.
I knew I am very resilient. And what I found was actually making sense to me. It says resilience in the face of some hardships does not guarantee resilience in the face of all threatening circumstances. That was quite an eye-opener to me about my clients as well. So we are not just resilient. We can be resilient in one area and absolutely non-resilient in the other one. So otherwise we kid ourselves and that won't help. The other thing was the capability that underlie resilience can be strengthened at any age. Isn't that beautiful? And the most eye-opening one is no one is born with resilience. There's no gene called resilience. So people who went through terrible things can develop resilience, and other people who grew up like I grew up in a very supportive home with very supportive relationships and coping skills can end up in the end absolutely non-resilient simply because they never really went through the hardship of life. So I learned that the hard way. On the other hand, I realized that One research said that there are two factors which actually build resilience to adversity. It's supportive relationships and coping skills. So interestingly enough, even if I didn't really learn resilience in my childhood, learning the value of supportive relationships and coping skills actually saved me later when life really hit me hard. So when I look back to the past last month, yeah, it is really the supportive relationships and the coping skills, which I once learned in my childhood, which made me not just survive, but thrive again. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Marcus. All right.
You're welcome.
Anyone else like to add a last comment before we call it a day? All right. Well, I thank you so very much for your contribution to what I regard as an extremely important topic. And for those who are watching, please make sure you check the links out that these people have provided, because they can speak on a whole range of topics, not just resilience. But as you've just listened, they understand and deeply respect and appreciate the need and the importance of how to cope with resilience. And the vast majority of people who are entrepreneurs in this world are short in that particular aspect of their life and their business. So you've got people here who are good at what they do. You can talk over with them what the resilience is all about and hopefully come to some sort of resolution. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate your contribution today. Take care. See you next week. Eh?
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for putting this all together for us.
Okay, bye-bye.
And everyone, thanks for sharing everything, everyone.
Factor X.